Alright guys, welcome back to the Extracurricular. So for today's episode, we're doing a little bit of a continuation from our podcast. We actually recorded more from our last podcast episode that didn't actually make it onto the podcast. So this is some kind of bonus footage of us talking about a few more Pokemon that we want in Pokemon Unite. We're going to highlight 5 more Pokemon we want in Pokemon Unite today, as well as talking about their movesets. And then we're going to do a part 2. We're going to do another video, and we're going to talk about another 5 Pokemon. So we got 10 more Pokemon to talk about that we want in Pokemon Unite. There were just so many that we just couldn't fit them all into the podcast. So anyway, guys, just want to remind you we are on the push for 100 subscribers. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy anything Pokemon Unite related. We're doing Pokemon Unite content. We're doing 3v3 content. We're doing ranked VGC content. We're trying to cover everything competitive. So if you guys want to do us a big favor, hit the subscribe button. That'd be really awesome. We'd love it. Only takes a second out of your time. And anyway, let's get on to the video. I hope you guys enjoy a little bit of theory crafting here from Pokemon Masterclass.
Next up on the defender list, Brandon, you want to talk about your boy?
Ooh, Bastiodon?
There we go.
Yeah,
Bastiodon.
dude. Alright, so for Bastiodon, for passive, we were thinking sturdy. So when you get to like 1/4 HP, or was it 1/4?
Low.
Yeah, just so you get low HP, then you get a shield that's worth like maybe
A lot.
a quarter
Like
of your health or something like
your
that.
HP, a big chunk of your tank health.
Yep. And then what did we have for his first 2 moves?
First of all, for evolution, are we just gonna start Bastiodon, or are we gonna have
No,
shield on?
Shield on.
Shield on. Okay, we're starting with the little guy. Are we gonna have melee?
Yes. Yep.
Beautiful.
Third attack, little knock up.
Yeah, little knock up. So basically, we were thinking like Mr. Mime, but we're going like Full Metal Alchemist, Rock Spikes.
Yeah,
instead of
that'd be sweet.
And then level 1, what moves?
We had tackle, right? The tackle. We had Harden.
There we go.
This gets a
That sounds great.
little early front line
Like
action.
the top where you have the bulk up and then the damage move too.
Yep. So then Harden would turn into Iron Defense, or Roar, and Roar would be like an AOE cone with a huge knockback push. Like, no, it doesn't do any damage, but like you could push someone off a base.
Push the whole team off like a big get off me, like a Gragas ultimate from Legends.
Yep, like push them off Zapdos, push them off your goal, push them off their goal. Have your opponent, your friends score.
Iron Defense, obviously, we want to see a big defense armor buff, maybe even like an HP shield for like a couple of seconds, and it lasts like a considerable, again, another considerable size shield. We want this dude's endurance to be like a 5-star. We want this dude to be the like super tank.
Yep. And then the other options we had was tackle would turn into Iron Head.
So a bigger tackle.
Yep.
It'd be like he would charge up a little bit and then ram forward, right?
Yep. And then some invincibility while he's ramming forward, maybe. And then we had Stealth Rock for the last one, right?
And you had the idea for this one, so go for it.
Yeah, and Stealth Rock would be really cool, like as like landmines. Your opponent, instead of like Crustle Stealth Rock is pretty lame, but this one you could plant like maybe 2 to 3. You could have like this on a charge system or something. Like you can set like 3 different mines. You just like set them in the lane wherever your opponents can't see them, and they'll step on them and take damage. I think that'd be a really cool way to run Stealth Rock in this game.
You know, have I ever talked to you about a character from League of Legends called Teemo?
No. Yeah, you have.
His ultimate is that he plants mushrooms.
Yep.
And they're invisible to the enemy team, and if they step on them, they explode and do poison. They do burst damage, they apply poison, and they slow in an AoE.
Yep. So I'd love to see something like that.
I want to play this Bastiodon.
I do too. And then
for the ultimate here.
Ultimate Metal Burst. You basically go
again. We know that the little caveat. A lot of these Pokemon like Unite moves that we have written down. We just have like right here. I have in my notes, quote unquote, Metal Burst. But then other ones we made up names and stuff like because a lot of them are based off like I forget what Lucario's Unite move is actually called, but it's Aura Sphere.
Yeah.
It's a giant big version, but it's Aura Sphere.
Yeah.
So we kind of just understand that a lot of these are based off of moves.
Yep. So I'd love for him to like basically go invincible for like 2 to 3 seconds, maybe draw in attacks, and then he bursts that damage out. Yep. Then that damage comes back out multiplied to some sort of
You gotta
degree.
remember that Brandon doesn't know anything about League of Legends characters, and he came up with this on his own, like with the landmines that are like Teemo's mushrooms. He came up with this, which is like Galio's ultimate. Like he didn't know about Galio, and I started explaining to him. I was like, "Oh, there's a big gargoyle," and he's, "Oh, wow, cool!" Like it's so he's spot on. Absolutely, I love it. So I love the ability to easily connect with people.
Yep.
So yeah, I think Bastiodon sounds really fun. I want to play this. So obviously he'd be really slow.
Yep.
Like slow bro, short range, medium range tackle / iron head, but everything else is short range. But he's just immovable, just so tanky.
So
shields
thick.
upon shields, so thick.
Yep.
Love it. I really love it.
Yep.
So supporters next.
All right, cool. Let's do it. We got Volbeat first.
Yeah. So this is actually Doug's top pick, and we really liked his pick. This was his pick for supporters, and we really liked it, and this ended up being our main vote for being in the top 3.
Yeah.
We really liked this idea. So his main note was that he wanted it to be really squishy, similar to Pikachu.
Yep.
Long range kind of support. So for League of Legends, it's like a Lulu, Soraka, If you get on them and burst them, you can kill them in 2 seconds. But they have a lot of utility for their squishy backline mage.
Yep.
Support mage. And this Volbeat will have something really, really unique. So obviously there's no evolution. And it'll have the ability Illuminate, which would be like a living... Doug wants it to be like a living ward, like a pink and green ward mixed together, like Sight Ward. They have these in Dota too. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what they were called, but essentially something that can basically wherever Volbeat goes, there'll be like a little glowing around his feet, essentially because he's a little firefly, and it can see into bushes even if he's not in the bush.
Yep. It makes opponents in bushes targetable and things like that.
Yeah. He's going to have ranged auto attacks. And every third auto attack would be a slow.
Yep.
And then, little zaps a ball of light. Level 1 moves, we're going to have the option to either have Confuse Ray or Flash. Now, Flash is not going to do any damage, but what it's going to work like, again, like Brandon came up with this, it's going to be like Teemo's Q with his blinding dart. It's going to be like a grenade.
Yep.
Like Corky's Phosphorus Bomb from League of Legends. It's going to throw a grenade, and if it lands... it's going to light up anything in that area. So, again, just like the Illuminate passes, so you can throw this grenade without actually himself going into the bush. He can then throw the flash grenade. It's a decent little range, kind of like a little bit longer range than Seed Bomber is what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
That and be able to illuminate a bush with the flash, but also if any enemies are hit by this little AoE, they get blinded for like a second or whatever the balance would come out to, right?
Yeah.
But have some sort of blinding mechanic was your main thing.
Yep.
That's what you wanted to see.
Yeah.
And then Confuse Ray would basically be like a mini confusion. It would do some damage, but you had a cool idea.
I wanted it to reverse controls, and Justin was like, no, dude, that's too strong.
That would be strong, man. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But slow, a little mini stun. There'd be a lot of cool things you could do for that.
Yep.
And then when it leveled up, we would want to see, obviously, its signature move in Tail Glow.
Mm-hmm.
So... this is a raised special attack thing, but we would make it AoE for small AoE, so you got to be near him. Like, hey, huddle up to me, buff, now go.
Yeah, yep.
Special attack, that might be kind of cool. A Moonlight, so another AoE heal, similar to what we saw in with Umbreon. So a defender with a heal, now a support with a heal might be kind of cool. And then the other path would be like either Helping Hand or Bug Buzz. So Helping Hand again. Clap, buff your auto attack, super good with basically anybody that's auto attack. It's a good fill in for a lot of team comps. And then Bug Buzz, what did you want for that?
Bug Buzz would be just like a little bit of damage. So this is
like right?
Yep, and then lowers the opponent's special defense. So this Pokemon would lane really well with special attackers like Venusaur, Alola Ninetales.
But buff them with Tail Glow, he can... or heal them, but he can buff them with Tail Glow, and then he can also debuff them with Bug Buzz. There's a lot of good combos there.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate, we have Infestation, or a version of it.
Yep.
So this is similar to like Crow Storm from Fiddlesticks, where it's just massive. So it's like Petal Dance, but on an ultimate scale or a Unite move scale, and it's just going to be a bunch of swarm of bugs.
Yep.
Anybody favorite Naruto out there likes the Shino Alberoni.
Yep. Yeah, and that would cause like a slow, right? You want to?
Yeah.
Yep.
Big slow and
Yeah.
AoE damage.
Yep. All right.
Stuck in the not the bees.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Next up, this is Mike's pick.
Ooh, Ampharos.
Ampharos. He really wants to see Ampharos in the game, and he wants to see it as a supporter. So we were like, we ran with this one. So full evolution line, Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. And this is also going to be a ranged attacker, so it's just going to spit little static shocks, kind of like Pikachu.
Yep.
Very similar to Pikachu. Kind of like Eldegoss Pikachu melted together here. The ability.
Static. Definitely roll with static. Once it gets to like it probably proc once a certain amount of damage is done, then it procs a paralysis against opponents or something like that.
Where it's a slow, this one will be a little mini stun. Like you attack me so much and bzz, you stun yourself.
Yeah.
And that's going to be so great in team fights because it's going to be hard for people to zero in on you unless they can burst you out with multiple people. It's going to be hard to. Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Yep. I know we went with Thunder Wave and we went with Thunder Wave
and Thunder Shock.
Yep.
Level 1. So Thunder Shock, that's obviously the damaging one. Talk to me about that. So that's going to be my okay. I'm going to shoot the Ambipom with this.
Yeah, this is just a little bit of a ranged damage attack with maybe a little bit of slow built in or something like that.
I'll tell you right now, I want to see this get in the game, and I want to see it be like Pikachu's thing from Smash, where it's just a little ball of lightning that bounces like a slinky.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
And then we've got Thunder Wave, which is basically non-damaging, but did we say non-damaging?
Yeah.
But it causes the same type of effect as like Electro Web, where they're snared.
Oh, Electro Web is a snare. We want this to be a full stun, so they can't move or back or cast anything. It's a full stun, but it's like but again, there's like a little mini charge. So again, if you were to like land the Thunder Shock, you slow them, and then land the.
Yep. And then
or like mini stun from your auto, and every third auto would be like a mini stun.
Yep. And then Thunder Wave would go into Eerie Impulse. You want to talk about Eerie Impulse in that branch?
Yeah, I do. So the other like Thunder, so the Thunder Wave like level up, like the support level up would be a mixture. We'd either do like one way you can go Cotton Guard, and the other way which basically would work similar to, or basically exactly how Eldegoss's works, where it's like armor, a little bit of healing, yada yada yada, and then the other one would be Eerie Impulse, which again would be really shredding down the opponent's. So again, more like a debuff. So this is more like I'm debuffing your speed, I'm debuffing your ability to do anything with stuns, I'm debuffing your damage output, sort of a control. And then for like the Thunder Shock evolution, so the two like sort of electric type damage spells that you would get, you want to talk about those?
Yeah, we had Thunder, for sure. So that would just be ranged. That's just big ranged attack, kind of like Pikachu.
It's basically like, you gotta imagine kind of like Thunderbolt with Pikachu, but we basically just want to drop a grenade.
Yep. And what did we have for the other one?
Discharge.
Yeah, so this would function just like Zero Auras, but it would do less damage, and it would have more of a slowing factor. So would you catch them in there, and then it's really hard for them to get out of that little bubble of discharge.
I think it would be great.
Yep. And then
not as much damage. Flow, yep. And then for the Unite move, this is a based off Zap Cannon.
Yes, sir. So Zap Cannon, just massive damage, and then more slowing, stunning, things like that. That was kind of my idea for that. This Pokemon would excel at controlling
control space, AoE.
Yep. I think this mount would be pretty broken.
If you want to get to my back, you got to go through me, and I'm going to make it really hard for you to move.
Yep.
So next up, we have a real big fan favorite. You and I love this poke from Gen 5. Big, huge fan. We love her. You know her. She's been on the channel a bunch already. Sleeves, Mienshao.
Yep.
So, obviously, Speedster. We are going to do Mienfoo.
Yeah.
Love little Mienfoo. This is going to be another regenerator, so same thing we already talked about. When you're out of combat, you get the big healing, but this is on a Speedster class, so that's kind of cool. This will be like this will encourage the in and out gameplay with him.
Yeah, you would recover on your way from like top lane to bottom lane or whatever.
Exactly. So this is a melee auto attack, but it's going to be sort of a little medium range because like once it evolves, because again you got the long sleeves to whip people with.
Yep.
and then every third auto attack is going to be like the Infiltrator, where it just ignores defense. So every third auto attack will be like a chunk attack.
Yep.
Move starting out with Mienfu.
We had
level 1, the signature. You gotta have it. Every time you see Please, what's it?
Oh, fake out. Yeah, dude, fake out. I knew. I was like, wow, we had fake out, right?
Straight from Mr. Mime.
Yep.
So super easy, level 1. And then another one that we want to, this is like a made up one, is Brandon's idea was meditate.
Yeah.
It'll be similar to like bulk up. He'll like sit there and charge, Naruto, do hand signs or whatever for a second and charge up, and then he'll get a buff and go on his way. But it'll be like a little AoE buff for his allies too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then the evolved version of that could be either focus energy, so again, a selfish buff. I do this, and then for the next couple seconds or maybe next set amount of auto attacks, I get auto crits.
Yep.
Or extra crit chance or crit damage. All that could be cool and fun. Or coaching, which this is going to be a little tweaked from the regular one, where he's going to blow the whistle. It's going to be a big AoE. Both the Mian Shao and the allies around will gain the buff of like a bulk up, attack and defense for the next couple seconds, and we're just supercharged. Let's go.
Yep.
That sounds fun, right? Like I could see like a big whistle coming out. Like that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And then the fighting moves. We got 2 like offensive fighting moves here. You want to talk about these 2?
Yeah, we got high jump kick, which would be it would
like a flare blitz.
It would have like a little bit of range, but if you miss, then you would just take recoil damage.
Yeah, so you have to hit something. Wild Pokemon, you have to hit something, do damage.
Yep. And then we had, I think we had CC, right? We had close combat? Oh, Brick Break. Yeah, this was my idea. So Brick Break would be really cool. It would charge like Power Up Punch.
Is this an attack or is this a dash?
It's a dash.
There we go.
So
we got 2 dash moves.
Yep. So the range increases as you charge it more, and you would break through things like Mr. Mime's barrier with this. Or block. Yeah, you would break those things. You would cancel them out as you go through an attack.
Yeah, through all that terrain. And I like it. Break through avalanche.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep, and then you had the Unite move idea.
Unite move was close combat.
Yep.
So this is basically like she's going to do like a tornado swirl and knock everybody back as she like buffs herself. So just like it's just like a one-time spin. It's not like a whole bunch of hits, right?
Yep.
And then basically she buffs herself to where her auto attacks are now even more increased range because she's hitting you with her whippy sleeves.
Yeah.
So basically she really just amps herself up to be this like medium to like almost long-range fighter.
Yep.
Brandon's one of his top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time must be shiny, named Harpooya. Let's go.
Let's talk about Dragonite.
Ranged mage. I pitched Dragonite as a defender. I think it was Doug. It might have been Connor or David. Anyway, somebody else pitched him as an all-rounder. Brandon, you get the final say because he's your boy. This is Harpooya.
Yep.
You pitched him as a ranged mage.
Yes, sir, I did. So we're going to do...
Sell me on that. I like it. Let's go. So you're obviously... evolutionary line.
3 stages.
You want to start Dratini.
Yep, start Dratini.
So we're starting with the squishy little snake.
Yep, start Dratini, and you're going to go multi-scale. 2 ways I wanted to run multi-scale is either you take half damage when you're from whatever move hits you when you're at full HP, and that's all the time. Or the other way to run multi-scale would be you take half damage from a Pokemon's move, like one of their special moves, and then it goes on cooldown for like 30 seconds or something like that.
I like both of those a lot. I think that'd be really cool. Seeing multi-scale like that, giving them additional defense on like a carry would be cool.
Yeah. So then as far as moves go, the first 2... Oh, well, auto attacks, you just...
Real quick. Oh, yeah. His auto attack, is it ranged or melee?
Ranged. So he's just spitting little water balls when he's...
Yeah, so he spit little water balls.
Yep, when he's Dratini and Dragonair, he'll just spit little water balls. I forget what we said the third one was going to do. Just like a slow or something like that, I think.
A little mini stun is what we have.
Yep. And then as far as...
Talking like mini stun.
Yep. Moves that you would start with Twister and Slam. So Slam would just be a very small, just turn around, slam the tail down, just damage. Yep. Maybe a little bit of a knock-up. And then Twister would be like a mini Cramorant Hurricane.
Where it drops tornado, it spins around and does a little mini knockup.
Yep, and it's got, it's a little bit of range. So Twister would level up into Hurricane, which you could just rip the page right off of Cramorant's book.
Which is great.
Yep. And then the one that I really wanted to see was like Dragon Breath.
Yeah, it's in bluish purple fire.
Yeah, and it would function in a line, kind of like Slowbro's Telekinesis, but it's like a lingering, longer hitbox, and then it causes paralysis to whoever gets hit by it. It just passes through enemies. And then off Slam, we would like to see. We'd like to see Dragon Dance. That'd be really cool, where he just kind of spin around and attack, and then afterward he's got a little bit of attack
kind of like Ash the Journeys, right?
Yes, just like that.
Yeah.
And then
so he'll fly and like sort of spin and drill forward.
Yep. And then after that, for like 2 or 3 seconds, you've got increased auto attack damage, so that'd be really cool.
I like, and increased move speed too.
Yep. And then
so he just flies around and pow 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 pow.
Yep. And then the last move we had was Aqua Tail.
Shooting, but yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Then the last one we would have is Aqua Tail, which is just an increased version of Slam, more damage, more of a knock-up.
And so it'd be like this would be a jump.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yep. And
All right, so then Alti, his Unite move. I know you're excited about this. What are we going to do for him?
Draco Meteor. Definitely Draco Meteor. Big AoE.
Super long range. This is like map wide. You can shoot from across the map and drop a big AoE circle.
Yep, big AoE, big damage, but then your attack is cut in half for 5 seconds or something like that afterward.
Fair.
Yeah, just like regular Draco Meteor in the game.
Yeah. That's really cool. I like it. Just rain fire.
Yep.
Blue and purple dragon fire. Alrighty. And this is the all-rounders. This is like the melee bruiser fighter class.
Yep.
Really excited about this. Some of our all-time favorites are here. So first up, we have one of your biggest. You are the biggest fan of this ever. Big Red Boy himself.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, Cizor. This one
evolution.
Just Cizor.
Ooh, Mike, F in the chat, Mike.
Yeah,
no Scyther.
Scyther to Cizor makes no sense because Scyther gets slower, or Cizor gets slower when he evolves from Scyther. So I thought that just didn't really make any sense. We couldn't find a cool way to make Technician make sense, so this Pokemon would probably just get Swarm. You get to low HP, you get like an increased movement speed or something like that.
We were far with some of our ideas for Technician. It just didn't feel like until they come out with some way to translate that, there's no way for us to guess.
Yeah, for sure.
And make it sound coherent.
Yeah, so first moves that you would get Quick Attack, and then... Did we have Wing Attack? Or we have Fury Cutter? Fury Cutter.
Quick Attack and Fury Cutter, which are already both in the game.
Yep.
Quick Attack. Fury Cutter's on the Dwebble, and Quick Attack is on the Lucario.
Yep. So you basically just run those the exact same way. And then Quick Attack would turn into Bullet Punch, which would be like basically kind of like Quick Attack, maybe more range.
Yeah.
And then a higher attack at the end of it. Or you could go Metal Claw.
It'd be multi-hit, right?
Yeah, a little multi-hit, yeah. That, or you could do Metal Claw, which would just be like a really strong melee option that also increases your attack for a few seconds after you use the move, or increase your auto attack.
Yeah, great.
Yep. And then from Fury Cutter, you would get Dual Wing Beat. This could be like a pseudo movement option where you can, like it's on a charge system, you can go through one time. Then you hold on to the other one, and then you can go back, or you can go like whatever direction you want. Kind of like
you got 2 ammos.
Yep, that and Spark or something like that.
I love it.
And then for the last move we had was what was the last move we had?
Bug Bite.
Bug Bite. Yep. So Bug Bite would be like a lifesteal melee move.
A melee version of Giga Drain. So it'd be a cone. So you could technically hit multiple targets, like if you're fighting bees or if they're all jumped up on you. But enemy Pokemon, but so technically it is a cone, but it is like a melee cone.
Yeah. Yep.
So super short range, but it is some slurp, it is some healing.
Yep. And then
that'd be super fun.
Then for Unite move, we had X Scissor, so it'd be really cool if it targets out at an X, and then he jumps from one spot to the next, and then everything in the X takes a whole bunch of damage. I thought that'd be really sweet.
Like pendulum. Once this way and then once this way. Just slice.
Yep.
Slice. Yeah, I like that.
Yep.